It may be legal, but some are calling it a nuisance that jeopardizes safety in Fairfax County. Panhandlers asking for money while standing in medians or at intersections. As Mikea Turner explains, there's a new push to ban this from happening.
Riding through the thick of morning rush hour near the intersection of Braddock and Rolling Roads.
There's someone up there.
It didn't take long to see someone asking for money in a spot that wasn't the safest. Billy works this median near the Springfield Town Center. He's there up to 5 hours a day.
I usually make about 50 to 100 bucks every day.
Is that enough to survive?
Well, it can be. At least you got that money. You know, you can go out and eat. You know, it's not so bad if you just camp out a few nights a week.
Some Virginia drivers are empathetic to Billy and others like him. How do you feel when you see this?
I feel sorry for him. I don't think about whether it's for drugs or alcohol. I choose to think that they're so desperate that they need the money.
Others aren't. They don't give people money?
No.
Why?
Why? Well, it's, you don't know what's behind, and it perpetuates sort of...
You're not always sure if they're telling the truth? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. People should actively look for jobs.
Billy is originally from California and spent most of his life in and out of jobs that didn't pay much. So he started panhandling in Baltimore before moving to Fairfax County to do the same. He's been living between hotels and the streets for 6 years. He has no family to help.
It's not so bad. It's a little bit better than a job, really. Maybe a hair better than a minimum wage job. No one would pay me a lot of money because I don't have a high amount of college education.
While asking for money is legal in public areas and protected under the First Amendment, concerns are growing about where and how it's happening in Fairfax County.
This is a public safety issue for me.
This is Braddock District Supervisor John Cook. He's co-sponsoring a proposal to make panhandling illegal from medians and intersections.
People can do whatever they want on the sidewalk. You know, it is part of our First Amendment rights, which I fully support. But interfering with traffic in a way that causes a danger, that's different. If somebody is walking up to your car at an intersection, that's a distraction, especially if you're concerned about, are they going to knock on my window? Do I have to check my lock to make sure it's locked?
There are other laws in the books that can deal with actual interference of traffic.
Vishal Agraharkar is the senior staff attorney at the ACLU of Virginia, which has taken up this issue in other jurisdictions.
Any restrictions on it have to be done in conformity with the Constitution, and they have to be reasonable. Without having seen the actual text of this proposal, it's hard to really say anything.
In 2017, the Fairfax County Police Department received more than 2,100 calls about panhandling. The district offices also received some complaints, and many of these calls were about traffic issues and safety.
We know, because our police have looked at this, that a percentage of the panhandling, and we don't know the exact number, but is actually commercial. It's not homeless people, it is a business. There are companies that hire people to go out and stand there and sort of pretend to be in need to collect money.
County officials say many panhandlers are not from Fairfax but other areas. They encourage people not to hand over money, but to recommend county resources, which are listed on these printable handouts. There's also this Human Services hotline. Would you agree with that approach?
I would agree.
I'll do that in the future, but I'll probably still give them the money.
As for Billy's thoughts on that approach,
Nobody can live off that. They give you a bag of groceries or a free meal and maybe a free set of clothes. You know, and I don't want to live in some horrible shelter. It's just a notch above jail.
he'd rather stick to what he's doing at this median off Franconia Road. Reporting in Fairfax County, Mikea Turner, USA 9.